Hey YouTube family, I promise you guys chicken and noodles, and I'm gonna give you chicken and noodles. Let's go. Okay, you can find a list of ingredients in the show more section. Just click on that. I'm doubling this recipe. I have some no yolk dumplings with some cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, some chicken broth, some unsalted butter. Then I also have some chicken flavoring with some salt, some black pepper, some Cajun seasoning, that aromatic soul seasoning, yes sir, and some garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and some parsley, along with some diced onions. So let's go ahead and jump into this here full recipe. Next, so I'm setting my stove temperature at high heat. All right, so we're gonna go to the next. Now we have some chicken thighs that I want to go ahead and put inside of a stock pot. These thighs are washed and clean. I want to go ahead and just take some water, and I want to level out this water with the chicken. So I don't want to overfill it, but as soon as it covers the top, we're ready to go to the next thing, and that's we're going to add our butter. This is that unsalted butter. Now, after you add the unsalted butter, let's go ahead and build our seasonings. In a bowl, we're going to add some chicken flavoring to this. And then we're gonna also toss in some salt. Along with some black pepper. And then we're also gonna toss in some of this Cajun seasoning. This is that Texas Cajun seasoning by Uncle Steve Shakes. Y'all need to order some. I'm putting some in the show more description in the show more section. Then we're gonna toss in some of this aromatic soul seasoning. I got a video for this here. Then we're gonna toss in some garlic powder and some onion powder, along with the paprika. Now I want you to go ahead and give this a nice little mix. And after we mix this together, I want you to go ahead and add the seasoning to your pot. Now, I want you to use your own judgment when it comes to the measurement of your seasonings. Now I want to take these diced onions, and I just want to add this to the pot also. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and go to the next step. Definitely, if you give this recipe a try, you will surely love it. This is one of these old staples that we used to have in our household when my mom used to make chicken and noodles, and I loved it. Now go ahead and put a lid on it and let your chicken cook for at least around about 45 minutes. 45 minutes. But you guys really need to check out this here Uncle Steve Shakes, and I really want to give him a big, huge shout out because, for one, this seasoning is delicious. It goes well with any kind of dish that you could possibly think of using Cajun seasoning on. But look at this, y'all. He embedded my logo and put some nice information on the label. I'm truly thankful for that. So now my chicken is done after 45 minutes. I want you to go ahead and remove it from the pot. Now I want you to take your noodles and add it to that broth that's left in the pot. Yes, I'm telling you, follow my instructions. Add your noodles, but I want you to top it off with some more water if you're gonna need it. But turn your heat down to medium-low heat, okay? We're gonna let these noodles cook until they get tender, but I want you to add more water to this. If you got extra broth to use it, but add more water to this, okay? This is also gonna give us some nice tender egg noodles. So I want you to just make sure that your noodles are tender, first and foremost, whenever you cook it. Now put a lid on it, and then what we're gonna do is basically get that chicken and stuff broken up, and we're gonna go to the next step. So now we're gonna build our sauce for this. Get your cream of chicken, and I'm using 2 cans. Remember, I'm doubling up the recipe, but you will not use the same amount of cans as I'm using today. Then I want you to take your mushroom soup mix, put it in it. Then I want you to add some salt to this because we're gonna season this up, all right? And I know some people saying, oh, that's too salty. No, it's not, trust and believe me. Now I want you to add your black pepper to this. I also would like to add some Cajun seasoning. This is gonna heighten the flavors up for us, okay? Now I want you to add some onion powder. Go ahead and add some parsley flakes to this and use some of your chicken broth. All right, I want you to go ahead and mix this up and get it to a nice little thin consistency. You want to knock it down just a little bit, but get a little bit of thin consistency to this and add as much broth as needed. And once again, I'm doubling up my recipe, but I'm using the exact same ingredients. For your seasonings, I would love for you to measure up your own ingredients as far as it goes with using your seasoning. So you be the judge of how much salt, paprika, Cajun seasoning to put in this recipe. Trust and believe me, you cannot go wrong. Now with our chicken, I want you to go ahead and pull the meat off of the bone. Your noodles should be tender right now. And once your noodles are tender, I want you to go ahead and take them off the pot, take them off the stove, take the pot off the stove, and I want you to use a strainer, and we're gonna go ahead and strain our noodles. I want you to take some of that liquid off of those noodles. Now, once your noodles are strained, I want you to look at this here, y'all. It holds some nice broth. I don't want you to get rid of this broth. You can put it in a Ziploc bag and you can freeze it and use it for other things. But I still want you to hold back at least around about a good 2 cups of this broth, because we're gonna add this broth to our pot. Now I want you to add your noodles back to the pot. Take your shredded chicken and add that back to the pot as well, okay? Now the next thing I would love for you to do is to go ahead and take your mixture that you just mixed up with the chicken and cream of chicken and the cream of mushroom. I want you to add that to the pot, all right? Now I want you to go ahead and mix everything together. Now, add more broth to this as needed. Add more broth to this as needed. We're gonna let this cook on top of the stove for at least around about a good 15 minutes, and she's ready to serve up. I'm telling you right now, get you some cornbread to go with this, get you some collard greens to go with this, get you some butter beans and corn mixed up to go with this, get you some cabbage to go with this. I don't care what it is that you want to pair this dish up with, it will be fantastic, I'm telling you. So with that being said, if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, love and not hate. I want you to do me a favor, love somebody and hate nobody. Peace, y'all. Love you to death.